Hey everybody, Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, host of Bachelorette Recap, Guys Review, and we've covered a few videos today. Katie Thurston's new promo videos that Bachelorette is releasing for her upcoming season of The Bachelorette, June 7th, 2021, 8/7 Pacific. Well, we still have a lot of cleaning up to do from previous seasons, and if you can't believe it, the last three Bachelor and Bachelorette leads are with their chosen ones. The chosen one. Right, we got Rachael Kirkconnell's with Matt James, Tayshia's with Zach. A clean romance they've got, no breaking up and getting back together that we know of. And then we've got, of course, Clare and Dale Moss of Party City fame. Now, as posted here by Demois and reposted by BachelorNation.scoop and then reposted by me, we've got both Matt James and Rachael and both Clare and Dale out and about. So it poses the question, which of these couples stands a better chance at long-term success? Which of these couples will get engaged first? Are Clare and Dale already engaged? They very well could be engaged. So I guess the main question I'm posing to you guys is, which couple do you think has a stronger chance? Like if you had to invest your life savings, if you had to invest your whole being into one of these two couples, which would it be? I'll give you my answer at the very end, which I'll tell you what, I haven't even made my decision yet. I'm just going to talk my way through it. So as we see here, we've got Matt James and Rachael on the city bikes in New York City, which, by the way, are a fantastic way to get around because you can just leave them on a corner, ditch them, whatever. I like them at least. They're over there doing their thing. He's got the bar set up, about as high as you can go. He's got a step ladder there for those long. I mean, look at these legs. The guy's he's all shin bone. And there's Rachael Kirkconnell, looking like, Jackie Onassis, just ready to go, shining, beautiful on a nice cloudy day. And then down below here, we've got Dale Moss, nothing but smiles, Dale Moss with Clare Crawley, ready to have a baby, Clare Crawley. And they're in Sacramento. Both couples, of course, went through some crazy quick breakups and quick makeups, but both have prevailed with this little thing called love. Believe it or not, love, lust, whatever it may be, everyone goes, they're only staying together so they can milk out their fame. And it's like, listen, I don't think anyone would be with someone they don't want to be with for any reasons if they didn't like the person. Maybe their lives are complicated. Maybe they live on different sides of the country. I think Matt James and Rachael have a better shot by both being at least on the East Coast. Look at a map, folks. California's far away, trust me. To go from Sacramento to New York, and of course Clare posted yesterday, she's got her mom who's suffering from Alzheimer's, which is horrifying, just really tragic. So she can't just leave her mom on the West Coast. From time to time they can travel back and forth, but she's clearly got a life on the West Coast that's not going anywhere. Whereas Rachael, 24 years old, New York City. Who doesn't love New York City? You can go between Georgia and New York like nothing. Very quick flight. So anyway, let's go through the details here if we're not caught up on the story. So we've got Clare Crawley and Dale Moss split. They get messy. This is back in January. A lot's changed in a few months, folks. Breaking down the timeline, cheating accusations, and more. And of course, as we know, they were then spotted at Rosebud Steakhouse in Florida, and they confirmed that they're back together. After 3 months, they called off their engagement. They're back together. And then the story became, are they going to announce it? Are they going to talk about it? And for a while, they did a good thing. And, the media cycle's so it's on crack, right? So every week there's a whole different world. We have to learn new people's names. Someone's jumping out of a box. I got to know what this guy's is. It's just wild. So for them to even go a month without addressing the rumors that they're back together was kind of a good thing. It gave them a chance, Dale and Clare gave them a chance to sort of let the dust settle on their messy breakup. Because if they weren't famous, if no one knew who they were, then it would have just been a bad week. Clearly something went down. He thought they were broken up. He signs his Instagram thing saying that we broke up. Very bizarre. Who knows what was going on in Clare's world? Who knows what happened? We don't. So the truth is they're back together, and that's a good thing. It's good when you can reconcile. Nobody wins when you're just trying to get it right. I'm the right person, my way or the highway. No one wins. No one wins in a breakup. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. But if there's anything left unsaid, if there's any stones left unturned, turn those damn stones. It might be a Neal Lane 4-carat diamond. which we found out in Clare's case, she's held onto that ring all right. So they're back together. They're doing their thing. But then we've got Matt the next season. We got Matt James. Oh boy, these articles I got to pull up. My poor computer is just working overtime. Matt James reveals when he broke up with Rachael Kirkconnell and if he forgives her. So of course, this is back on March 19th. Matt James breaks up with Rachael Kirkconnell. A lot of people don't believe it actually happened. They thought, well, he's just doing it to please, certain people, and he's actually staying with her and this and that. And it's like, look, you could see it in her eyes. She had blotchy skin. She lost a bunch of weight. The weight of the world was on her shoulders. It was a rough go. It didn't look pretty for anybody involved. But they talked. They met back up. Even Reality Steve and Grace Amerling and Facebook conversations about potential other women in the world. That didn't stop them. They got back together. Matt still has the beard. It's like, you know what, Matt? Come on, you're back together. You don't need the beard. So we've got... these pop-ups. I mean, I have pop-up controls and they just bypass them. The Bachelor Matt James explains getting back together with Rachael Kirkconnell. So May 7th, they're back to, this is a few days ago. So they're back together. So it's literally just weeks later, they were able to say, you know what? I know we've got a lot of issues and we can't change what happened in the past. So between Dale and Clare, Rachael and Matt, you can't change all the things that went down. But who are we today and who are we moving forward? And is the connection we built in a mansion in Pennsylvania or a Palm Springs resort, is that connection strong enough where we can apply the basic principles of love, selflessness, rooting each other on, helping each other grow? Can we apply those in our everyday life and continue that process? Many Bachelor contestants realize they can't. Many Bachelor contestants realize whatever they thought they found, whatever love was curated in the exact pressure cooker moment, it just didn't transcribe. All right, so we've got Matt James. There he is with, so essentially it's only it's so recently that they got back together. I mean, this was the trip where Rachael went to New York City and hung out with her girls, presumably after finding out that he was still talking with Grace. It's a whole thing. I mean, but look, it was 4 weeks ago. This was a bananas time for the YouTube channel. People wanted answers. Let me tell you something. Now that everyone has answers, now that everyone knows they're back together, Dale and Clare back together, people could care less. Now it's like, all right, we see them in the public eye. So they get back together. They start showing up in other people's Instagram photos. Now the truth is, they haven't showed up in their own Instagram photos, which doesn't mean much other than they're kind of like living their life in the public eye without putting that social media stamp of approval on, which is just what happens, But we got this little video here that was taken over the weekend, a fake birthday. I love doing this, by the way, when you pretend that it's someone's birthday to get the cake. So this is what they do here.
Oh my gosh! He's in love. He's in love.
They say he's in love. It's love, folks. Hey. Look at this. They crack. What kind of cake is this? You crack the top of it, and then this gooey eggnog thing comes out.
Hey. Oh my gosh!
And then she gives him the old friend zone pat, but clearly they're more than friends. She does, yeah, very well, very well. But look, I mean, you can see the smile on her eyes. They faked her birthday. I looked it up. Her birthday, September 26, 1996, if you want to feel old. Wow, mid-90s. Yikes. September 20, whereas Chris Harrison was born in 1971. You ever do that? You just go through people's ages and go, oh, they aged okay. Tyler Cameron, 93. Anyway, so it wasn't even her birthday, so clearly she was a little embarrassed or laughing at whatever the joke was that they pretended it was her birthday. But how sweet are they? They just look so great. Smiling ear to, I mean, listen, if you enjoy people and you want people to be well, you can't help but be happy for them. Let bygones be bygones, whatever the issues were. So the question remains, and the question I ask all of you guys is, which couple do you think stands a better chance to last? If you had to put all your money into it. So just let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And after seeing all this, and by the way, this is a Katie's promo. I'm going to be reading this this spoiler breakdown on the next video, which will be really cool. So if you don't want spoilers, don't click on that. They're all harmless spoilers. It's like, oh, so-and-so was in the preview, and then we saw him, so he must have made it to episode 3, whatever. So we'll break that down for people that want it. But the question is, which couple do we think stands a better chance? And, I almost have to go with Clare and Dale, just because I think Claire is at the age where she's willing to, and again, I'm probably just projecting here, but she's at the age where like she's ready to go and advance their relationship. Whereas Rachael and Matt, while they may say they're in love or whatever, they're still both young, and they've had some rocky waters, and who knows what happened to Clare and Dale. They were rocky as well, but I'm putting my money on Clare and Dale, believe it or not. But I hope they both live a happy life, and if they don't live it together, I hope they find happiness in whatever they do, and I hope you find happiness in whatever you do. You know what gives me happiness? When you bump your Harrison on top of that like button and hit the subscribe button. I could use all the subscribers. We are inching our way to 100,000 subscribers, still in the low 30s, but we are going to get there nonetheless. So I'll be doing a 4 p.m. live stream today, Pacific time. Come join me for that. Check out the Patreon, link in the description if you want to join the membership community. And of course, the newsletter is finally out. So sign up for the free newsletter in the description. I will see you guys later on. Bye now.